All right, y'all. Travis from Storm in the Outdoors here. This is episode 1 of my entire hunting season as it happens, like week by week. So, went out today, had a few beers. Tomorrow's the first day of archery season. It's currently raining and it's about 45 degrees. A lot of guys might be like, oh, it's a great time to be in the woods. I'm not going to do that because I have probably hunted the first day of archery season 10 times in the last 20 years. Now, probably less than that. I just don't get excited about it. But I just don't have a lot of good trail camp pictures, and I don't have a lot of stuff going on. So I'm like, man, I'm kind of busy. I gotta get in that swing. I gotta get in that groove. I gotta get in that, doing a little bit of hunting, doing a little bit of spend time in the woods, doing some spotting deer. Weather starts getting cold, leaves start changing colors. You get excited, you want to go. But today is September the 30th. Tomorrow is October the 1st. First day of archery season here in Pennsylvania. I am not going in the woods. I got to work at 9 a.m. and then after that I'm going to get my daughter for the afternoon. I normally would take her, but she's going to the beach for a week with her mother. So I'm going to just spend time with her and hang out. I'm not even going to go in the woods. But what I'm going to do right now, this treasure chest. This is basically just a gear drop video. This is basically me opening up my boxes of hunting stuff that, yes, I've been lazy. I haven't got my stuff out yet. So I'm now actually just now getting my stuff out of the boxes. I am going to spray them down, hang them outside, go through my stuff, do like a little inventory, make sure everything I have is ready to go and everything's right. So that's what I'm doing right this minute. I'm gonna move my phone over here. But first things first, I got a Pennsylvania Game Commission sticker. All right. I must have threw that in there when I got that with mail tag or something, but charging cord, that's important. Carry a charging cord with you. If you carry a separate battery pack, which I always do for my phone or other electronics, I always carry that, so I always carry a charging cord. This is, according to my nose, it smells a little musty, but it doesn't smell bad. It smells like dirt. It smells like more dirt than anything. This is the First Lite Catalyst jacket that I bought last year. Honestly, awesome piece of clothing. Loved it. This is Whitetail Catalyst bibs from First Lite also. So I bought those as a set. Honestly, a little pricey. It was like 600 bucks, but I was very, very happy with them. So for me, I don't typically like to wear like these heavy jackets and heavy clothes. I'd rather layer, but I also don't want something that's ultra light. My last set is actually hanging right here. My last set is this. This is Realtree from Field & Stream. It's their waterproof stuff. And as you can see, this is their waterproof garment. It's super ultra lightweight. This is basically just a camo pattern to wear over top of my clothes. And a waterproof layer, which I'm not opposed to. It's not overly loud. It was comfortable. Everything worked right. I'm not upset about this. This was about 200 bucks. The Catalyst is a little thicker. It's a little thicker. You're gonna have like a little bit more insulation in there. It's a little more comfortable to wear. A little softer, fits nice, but it's not waterproof. It's water resistant. I don't know why they don't make them all waterproof, but you know, I'm not an engineer. So, but love that set. If it's going to be raining for sure, I would probably wear that and then wear my other stuff over top of it, because I know that that's kind of a double, you know, I got a waterproof / water resistant. However, wearing the waterproof gear through the woods and through some greenbriers and some stuff like that, you're going to poke holes in it. You're going to make it, you know, eventually it's just not going to work as good. You wear the knees out. I'm not a guy that just goes out and sit down on a log and then when it starts raining leave. That would be waterproof. But if you sit in the woods in a steady downpour for 8 hours, you're going to get wet, especially in the knees, because I don't wear them strictly as a rain garment. I wear them in the freaking woods when I'm hunting. So if I'm wearing that in the woods while I'm hunting, I'm going to wear out the knees. I'm going to wear out the elbows. I'm going to wear out certain parts that are going to get jaggers, just normal wear and tear that's going to make them less waterproof. However, they still work great. I bought those 4 or 5 years ago from Field & Stream. That's their waterproof garment. Anyways, moving on. This is my Action Heat, which, to be honest, I forgot I got. In-laws actually bought this for me for Christmas, which I wanted, a vest. This is an electric heated vest. Has a battery that goes in the pocket, heats your core. At the end of the day, I think the most important part is keep your core warm. If you keep your hands warm, your feet warm, and your core, if your core blood is warm, it's moving through your legs, moving through your hands, you got warm blood flowing around, you'll stay warm. If everything gets cold and your core is cold, you're going to get cold. So that is a perfect thing. I got it last Christmas, haven't even tried it out in the woods yet. This is a seat. So I will sometimes carry this, not always, but sometimes I'll carry this in the woods. It's something to sit on. I use it actually more for my tree stand. I have I have a climbing stand that sometimes I'll leave in the woods in a spot that I want to hunt. Then if it pours down rain and I want to hunt there the next day, well, the seat's soaking ass wet. So I'll just carry this in with me on that Summit Viper tree stand. That goes down here, that goes there. So now I've got a dry seat on top of a wet seat. So that's why I use that. Twisted Tea hat, not ever. These are my good hunting gloves. These are whatever brand name that is. Maybe you can read it. I cannot. I don't know what it says. These have been pretty good. I bought them at Field and Stream. They were probably 60 bucks when I bought them. I've had them for 4 or 5 years now, I would say, maybe longer. Probably 4 or 5 years. Waterproof, breathable. They've served the purpose. They've not been fantastic, but they've served the purpose. What do I got here? A little Easton bag. Oh, I got another charge cord in there. So this is a bag that I'll carry. So I'll take this bag with me. This bag is typically what I'll put electronic stuff in. So I'll throw an extra battery for my camera in here. I'll throw a charging cord in here. I'll throw my battery pack in here that's used to charge my cell phone, charge my camera, charge a GoPro if I have to. Any extra little accessories that I might need, I'll throw in this bag. This actually is an Easton bag that came with a bow slicker that I bought, just as like a strap to carry my bow. But I will use this to keep my electronic stuff in. I'll tuck that in my backpack. So if I'm looking for something electronics, I find this bag, I know where it's at. Get your Tide hat. Blaze orange. That's an old blaze orange. Look at that animal. That ski mask been used and abused, but it's there. Here I have some antimicrobial, vacuum sealed game bags. I bought these last year for hunting Ohio to try and pack a deer out, just in case I needed them. I have not used them, so those are still vacuum sealed and ready to go. Some 4570 shells. That's a cool gun. Old ass pair of binoculars that I do not use, but I don't know why they're in there. Oh, one of the wife's gloves. Just one. Just one. I don't have the other one, I don't think. This is an easy hanger bow hook. You know, I think Realtree makes this or something. I don't know who it is, but screw it in. Hang your bow on there. This is the wife's neck gaiter. Camo on the outside, orange on the inside. I don't use that. This is a very important piece of the menagerie. This is the hunter safety system. This is their safety line. So growing up, I never really used one of these. I never really hunted from tree stands. I'd hunt out of a climber, and shame on me, never used a safety harness at all while hunting out of a climber. I felt very, very safe. I used one that's got the full wraparound bar. I just felt safe. I know I should, but I just never did. But I bought this last year because I bought 2 hang-ons, or 2 years ago. I bought 2 hang-on stands, and I used those, and I bought some safety lines. I can tell you, the Hunter Safety System safety line, if you don't have that, get 30 bucks together and buy that. It's freaking awesome. There's probably other ones that are good as well, but the Hunter Safety System line, it comes with a line that goes around your tree stand. So when you go up and hang your stand, you're going to use the alignments belt and stuff when you're climbing up. Once you get there and get your stand set in place, you're going to hang this thing above you. So once you hang that above you, you throw this thing on every time you leave your house. Once you have all your other hunting clothes on, this goes on. You got this tether. That hangs behind you. You get to the woods, you get where you're going. You pull this out. You hook it to that hunter safety system, the whatever, the fall rope, the catch rope, I don't know what the hell they call it. You hook this to that, and then as you're going up the tree, you're climbing your ladder steps or you're climbing whatever you have, you're sliding a Prusik knot up the tree with you. It's not hard. It takes literally 10 extra seconds. But you're always connected to the tree. So if you're going up a set of steps and that step breaks off and you fall, guess what, bud? You're good. So this is a necessity. If you have a hang-on stand, buy this this is like, I don't know, 60, 80 bucks. I honestly don't even know. But buy this. It feels like nothing when you're wearing it. You don't even know you're wearing it. It's got clamps go around your legs, clamps go around your chest, and it clips in the middle here. But super, super lightweight, out of the way, convenient, and safe. Man, if you're a guy that hunts and doesn't care about anybody or anything, who gives a shit? But if you have any type of family, loved ones at home, get that thing. That thing is like, it's 150 bucks to buy two ropes that hang from your stand and that, or whatever it is. I don't even know how much it costs, but totally worth it. Buy that. This is the lineman's belt that comes with that. So whenever you're going up and hanging your steps, you use this to climb that. I don't use this anymore. I use the one that came with my saddle. If I'm hanging stands, which I haven't done, but if I'm hanging stands, I'll just wear my saddle and wear that. But that serves the purpose as well. This is the Gorilla camera arm. Most of the deer kills that I have, actually, as a matter of fact, all the deer kills I have so far have been filmed on this. Okay, just a two-way arm, hangs on the tree, swings around. This is what I've used to film any deer kills that I have as of October the 1st, 2022. This is the one that I used. Works fine. I lost the insert for it, as everybody probably does, but I've made ways to make it work. Not bad. Little like when you're coming around a tree or doing something, it can be a little herky-jerky, a little difficult to get into positions at times, but for the most part, this is a solid piece. If you're thinking about filming your hunts, the Gorilla camera arm with two little sway bar thingies like this, it actually extends as well, and I made a camouflage cover for it. I don't know where it is, but this actually extends some way, shape, or form. Oh, this button back here. Yeah, so you have a little bit more room around the tree. It still only bends in one place, but you got room kind of to get around the tree, but limited as far as your range of motion goes around the tree. It does also pivot here. So this actually and granted, I bought this 10 years ago. This actually works pretty nicely for an inexpensive option. So there's that. Hey, there's the wife's other glove. St. Francis hat. I don't want this in there. This is what I use for a rattle bag. Don't use it very often, but occasionally I will use it. That's what I carry. Some scent drags. This is a GoPro. If I want to hook it to something on my tree stand, it kind of wraps around like this. You can wrap around whatever you want, and you can hold a GoPro on it. You don't really have a good handle to adjust it, but if you wanted to hang it on like a climbing stand, hang on stand, or hang it from something, you know, if they had a limb in a tree with you, you wanted it to watch you, you could always use that to just wrap right around that limb and put it wherever you want. So that's why I have that, and that's in there. Mantis, intelligent shooting. Oh, that's a cool thing that I saw at the outdoor show I wanted to look into. This is the thing I was talking about. So this camera arm right here that I've always used, it's got that big silver sticker on it, which I'm not in love with, and it's just black. So I think that, boy, that might stick out in the woods a little bit. So what I did was I went to the local fabric shop. I bought this piece of Realtree camo. I didn't sew it. I glued it. I just put some glue along here and glued the ends. I put some Velcro on that side and on that side. And then I cut a hole in it. This is 15 years old, y'all. Like this serves the purpose. So when I hang this in a tree, and I don't know if you'll be able to see this, when I hang it in a tree, once it's up, I take this, I put the screw-in knob out of that hole, like that. Then I put my little Velcros together, ba-boom, ba-boom, ba-boom. And now I've got a piece of camo. So when it's in the tree, it looks like this. Damn thing's upside down, but you get it. But yeah, so that kind of just camouflage. That's the only reason I bought that, just to kind of keep it hidden in the tree, kind of a little bit more camouflage. Bone saw. To be honest with you, I bought that in case I had to cut some horns off a deer that I found as a roadkill, which you're probably not allowed to do. But that's honestly why I bought it. I've never used it for that, but I still own it. I guess it might be handy if I have to pack some kind of an animal up. But so some fresh earth scent from Hunting Made Easy cover scent. In there. This is my battery pack. Always keep this charged up in case I need to charge my cell phone or charge something else small along the way. What do I got here? Oh, this is a foot strap that comes along with probably the hunting safety system. That way if you fell out of a tree and you were hanging, you would clip this into somewhere and then have a strap to put your foot in so that you weren't just hanging dead weight on your legs. You could stand up on it. I've never used that. All right, one box down. And my other tote here, let's see what I got in this one. Aha. Bag. Just a small bag. Sometimes I'll throw my video camera in here. If I'm checking trail cameras, I might throw trail cameras in here, batteries, stuff like that. Just a little small bag that I carry with me sometimes. Knee pads. The Tethered knee pads are nice. Other knee pads that they sell for saddle hunting are great. I get it. These at Walmart were $10. So they're not fantastic. They wrap around. They are Velcro, so when you take them off, they do make a little noise. But at the end of the day, for 10 bucks, I'm good with these. They're comfortable. I have no problem wearing those. I enjoy them. This is my Tethered Phantom XL platform. Happy with it. However, I do have some duct tape on it, some camo duct tape on it in different places where I'm going to make contact. My biggest problem with this, my biggest complaint with this saddle, or this platform rather, not the saddle, is, boy, just trying to wrap this thing up when you're done hunting. Because when you get in a tree, you unwrap it, it's hard to get it to not make noise. But then once you get in a tree, you take, I got this Velcro, this thing on here, this bungee cord, wrap it around. And so it's hard to do this and not make noise. I've painted it. As you can see, it's got a beautiful paint job on it. But then when you're done, I lower down the tree, and once I'm done, most of the time I'm not overly concerned about making noise. But then you gotta kind of wrap this thing up, and then, well, this, no matter what way I angle it, no matter what I do, I can't find a place to hook the hook on, so I've got it set up where I got this bungee cord thing that I'll wrap around it like this, and then hook it here, and every time I do it, it seems to be slightly different. So that's a little bit of a pain in the ass. I don't have the bag that this thing goes in. They do sell a bag, which maybe makes it easier. But that takes a little bit of love to get used to not making noise with the Predator XL platform from Tethered. But I do enjoy it. No complaints on that. This is my lineman belt. This is my lineman belt for when I'm saddle hunting, which the jury's still out on that. I'm not sure I love it. I'm not mad at it, but I don't love it. This is the hooks into my saddle while I'm climbing the tree. This is what I use. I have a Ropeman 1 on here. I do really like the Ropeman 1. The Ropeman 1 feels like a very, very good quality built instrument. Very happy with it. Works with the 10mm rope perfectly. No complaints. Makes life a little easier than a Prusik. It's money you don't have to spend, but that's that. These are a death trap. This is the step ladder, okay? You see a lot of videos of people using these and liking them. I looked for them online. I couldn't find a set to buy new. Bought a set pre-owned. They're brand new. The guy had never even used them. So they're basically a brand new set. I bought them. I think there's 8 in here. Took them down in my woods behind my house. I tried to climb them. Thought no real big deal. Okay, simple enough. Tried them again and was hanging by my knee from a tree. Got myself righted. Continued the climb. I think it's the last time I used them. They are not wildly. I don't know the exact numbers, but I'm going to say these probably weigh. Let's call it 4 pounds. So these probably weigh 4 pounds. Nice and compact. Throw them over your shoulder. Carry them like this. You're going through the woods. You got your backpack on. You got your bow in your hand, and they're out of the way. It's convenient. Take them off. Pretty simple setup. There's 100 videos of how to tie them to a tree. Not bad. Seems easy enough, right? Yeah, but depending on the angle of the tree, if you're on a tree that comes up and maybe bows a little bit, if your foot doesn't hook in there just right and your toe's not touching that tree, which is what happened to me, I thought it was, but I just didn't have enough pressure on it. It kicked off. Once it kicks off the side, I'm hanging by literally an 8er that was on my knee. I'm hanging by my knee out of the tree like this. I righted myself. I got up the tree. I finished my climb and finished the hunt, but definitely scared the shit out of me. So not in love with those things. Not in love with them. What I use now, and I bought them both at the same time, to be honest with you. I bought these as well because I wanted to try my saddle and it didn't have the steps. So I bought these off a guy on Facebook Marketplace. They're the Muddy Pro Steps. I have painted them. And I took a ratchet strap here to keep them tight together so they're not jingling and making noise, because no matter what I did, they were making noise. So I put that ratchet strap on there. Works perfectly. When I go in the woods with my backpack, I'll either put them on the bottom strap, because most backpacks will have a bottom strap that goes around them for like rolling up a pack, like a sleeping bag or a sleeping mat or something along those lines. But I'll take those two straps, put them on here, and then just hang this behind me. These probably weigh 5 to 6 pounds. I have no idea. I'm making numbers up. These are a little heavier, but in my opinion, they just feel better. My biggest issue is getting up a tree and carrying them with me. So what I started doing was putting the first one on, climbing the first one, put the second one on, then I'd jump back down, I'd grab my other two, and then I'd go up with just 2. So my first 2 steps I would put on and go up with those. Sometimes I'd use an 8er. I have the Nader Swader, which is like a one leg thing and then another leg thing. So you can climb 42 times as high and get 200 feet in a tree. I don't know exactly what it is, but I've used one of those. I'm like, if I just use the 8er, it will get me an extra step. And I was able to get probably 20 feet with 4 steps. They feel safe. They're secure. I like the cam system. So Muddy uses this cam system that when you pull your rope over, you run it right through here. These things are spring loaded. They pop open. Once they snap back, they hold the rope tight and it doesn't pull back through. I always tie it off at the end. Just tie a knot in it here just as a safety precaution. But these have been good. I ordered these, so I put them on there. I don't even know that I used them, but put 4 of those on there just to hook my 8ers into, or whatever you call those. But that's what I've been using as those instead of those step ladder. Another Blaze Orange vest. Boy, I wish I knew what this. Oh, okay, this is a clip that clips onto a rope or a branch or a tree or something, and it has a little clip there, a little clip there. This is for a GoPro, so I can hook my GoPro in here, hanging in a tree above me. I can make some adjustments, try and get a camera angle on me. So this all sounds good in theory until you're in the tree and a deer's coming, crunch, 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 and now I gotta not only try and identify the deer, look, is that a buck, is that a doe, what's going on here? Now I gotta reach up here, turn this camera on, I gotta grab my other camera, turn that camera on, I gotta grab my bow. Self-filming is hard. This is something to try to make that slightly easier. This is a doll baby. This is what I use now. This is the 4th Arrow. I think it's called 4th Arrow. Boy, yeah, 4th Arrow. This is their camera arm. This is very well built. Lightweight, three-part construction. My seat's making noise. Quiet. I spray painted this as well. When I got it, I believe it was black. This is rubber coated here, so quiet. The head is not fantastic. I don't know if I don't even remember if this came with it. I think it did, but I'm not sure. But this is very nice. This is a much nicer arm. Folds up a little more compact if I want to put it up against a tree while I'm in the woods and I'm sitting in a tree. I can tuck this baby right in beside the tree beside me. And then whenever I want to extend it, I can extend it and come around the tree. Not as long as I would like for it to be, but it does definitely serve the purpose. I'm not mad at it. This is my gorilla arm. This is my 4th Arrow camera arm. Not a whole lot of difference, but very, very happy with this. The nicest thing about this is, see this point right here? this goes into something. And what it goes into is this. This folds up. This rolls up real nice. You know, I'm not doing it now, but rolls up real nice, goes in your pack. When you get in the woods, open it up. Instead of using that thing that's got a ratchet strap and everything else, a pain in the ass, this opens up. These fold out. Okay? Got some little claws there. You take these bad boys, you put that on a tree, on this angle, this, sideways, upside down. If it's hanging like this, doesn't matter. Because these hooks will dig into the tree, no matter what angle it's on. So once this is full, or yeah, once you got it hooked onto a tree, you loosen this baby up here, and this pivots. This swings all around here. So you're hooked to a tree, you know, okay, maybe that's ridiculous, but say you're hooked to a tree on an angle like that. With my other camera arm, it's just facing that way. If it's not perfectly straight, it's not gonna work. This thing, you could be on an angle, and you just tip it up like that, and there's a level in it. So you'll see, tip it up, twist it. You can twist it this way if you want to. You can hang it, put those claws on a tree like that. You can twist it right up, and now you're right back to level again. So this is an absolutely awesome system. This ball, this pivoting ball thing here that's going on. I hope you can see that, but regardless, fourth arrow camera arm, fantastic. Then when I'm done, I literally fold these claws in. It doesn't jag up everything in my backpack. It's not causing a freaking ruckus. It's just in there and it's done. I wrap that up. I usually carry a gum band and kind of wrap that up around. It's more compact. I'm not interested in doing it perfectly. This is my saddle. I do have the Phantom, the Tethered Phantom saddle. Happy with it, not in love with it. Guys lose their minds and saddle hunting. No, they're literally just selling a product because they sold as many climbing stands as they're going to sell. The problem is climbing stands will last you 25, 30 years. Well, once they sold all the climbing stands, they're not selling anymore. So they're going to come up with a new thing to sell you. So they're selling you the saddle hunting, which if you're one stick in, there's so much other BS that goes along with it. If you're doing all that, it could make sense. I mean, I guess there's parts of it that I do like. I will still continue to use it, but is it revolutionary? No, it's just not. I spent almost $1,000 on all the saddle stuff. It's good, it's cool, but you don't need it. You really don't need it. If you have a climbing stand or some hang-on stands, if you have at least have a climbing stand, you got to be mobile. You got to be able to get somewhere. But I haven't found a spot where I'm like, thank God I had this because I could never get a climber here. Most of the places I'm going up in my saddle are places I could take a climber. The videos you're seeing on YouTube, a guy's telling you have to have a saddle. They're trying to sell you a saddle because they're going to a place where they know that's one of the few places. Holy smokes, this is a perfect place for a saddle. There are places like that. They're very, very, very far and few between. But those guys are trying to sell you a saddle. So they're getting a free saddle or they're working with a company. They're going out going, if we didn't have a saddle, we'd never be able to hunt here. Okay, like maybe in this one like ridiculous spot. I haven't found a spot yet. Or they've spent $1,000 on this whole system and now they're trying to justify it to themselves by saying, holy shit, I'm glad I had this. It's like buying a $3,000 pair of binoculars versus a $500 pair of binoculars. They're both great. You are not going to notice the difference in a $5,000, $3,000 pair of binoculars from a $500 pair of binoculars. You're just not. The only people that notice that are people that are selling you their freaking binoculars. They're not that much better. Regardless, I use an 8mm. This is my tether line. This is what I actually hang from the tree with. Once I get up, I get set in place. I put this around a tree, and this is what I use. It's got a Kong duck on it. This Kong duck is a piece of shit. So do not buy the 8mm tether because you're going to use a Prusik or you're going to use this Kong duck. This Kong duck is junk. The Ropeman, very nice. This has a plastic gear on it. I understand it's probably strong as shit. However, I just don't like it. It feels cheap to me. It bends and twists, and I'm like, yeah. I have my life on the line up here, man. I'm not sure I like it. The Kong duck, I would highly recommend that you don't buy that. I think you buy the 10mm rope, and you buy the Ropeman. The Ropeman is a nice built quality piece of equipment. The Kong duck is a piece of shit. What else do I have in here? I have a rope, a pull-up rope that I always carry in one of my bags here on my saddle. And over here I have, a strap that I put around the tree. That just has some hooks on it, just an HS strut, $5 item. It goes around the tree that I'll use that to hang grunt call, binos, whatever else off of. So, saddle. I got a release in here that's Jillian. I got a scale. You never know you're gonna need a cup holder. That's a screw-in doll baby right there. Screws in, holds a cup or a thermos. I have used this. I have killed deer while I had cups of soup in this baby right here. So nice to have occasionally. Couldn't even begin to tell you what this is, because honestly, I don't know. It looks like a tripod of some kind. I don't know why I have that, where it came from. Yeah, I think that's. Here's the bracket. This is how big the bracket is for that Gorilla camera arm. It's this big animal right here that mounts to a tree. So as I was saying, with that pole, if you hook this to a tree and it's leaning like this, your camera arm's leaning like that, which in turn is going to lead to your camera What the fuck is this? There's a gorilla arms on here. So if that's hanging like, but anyways, regardless, same thing. If that's hanging like that, your camera arm's angled like that. If it's on a tree that's not straight. This is oh. This is not for the gorilla. I use the gorilla, then I use this. This is the muddy camera. This is the muddy. This is how big the muddy is. Okay, this is the cheapo muddy. They make a couple better ones. This is a cheapo muddy. This is the bracket. This is the tree arm that goes on the tree. Put that in. If it's on a little bit of an angle, guess what? Your arm's on an angle too. And now you got this shit. You got problems. You got it because this doesn't adjust. I can't twist this head to level it off. It's just going to be crooked. So this has got to be straight. This only sways in two ways. The biggest problem I have with this is take this apart. This goes in your pack. Okay? Throw that in your pack. You're good. This goes like this. So now I've got to put this in my pack. This is a foot. This is 12 inches. So when I throw this in my backpack, which I have right here, look at how that sits in my backpack. Okay? It takes up the whole freaking thing. If I put it in there upside down, cool, sounds good in theory until I want to take it back out. I get in the tree stand in the dark, I got to pull this out. So it does take some finagling. Can it be done? Of course it can be done. It's a pain in the ass. This comes in all black with yellow or the orange muddy letters across the top. I taped over it to quiet it down and to make it less noticeable in the wood. So there's my second camera arm. I like the Gorilla arm better than I like that arm, to be honest. And that one was probably 3 times what the Gorilla arm was. The fourth Aero camera arm was probably 3 times what both those combined were, but it's a very, very nice arm. If you are frustrated with the camera arm, consider spending the money, but I don't give a shit what you spend money on. None of these people have, nobody even gave me a 5% discount on anything I bought. So everything I bought here is money that I spent myself on something and have no affiliation with any of these folks at all. There's a box the fourth Aero came in. Got another hook here. I got my quiver, hand warmer, good to have. I love this thing. Wanted one all my life, but never decided to spend the $15 to get one. Last year I finally did. Pissed off myself for not buying one sooner. And I've got extra carabiner. I got some tacks, some orange and white tacks in there. A couple extra straps and ropes and stuff like that, some shells. But at the end of the day, that's just basically my gear go through. Let's see what I got. I got a couple of hats in this box, a tree umbrella. a tree umbrella. This is an awesome thing. If it's going to be raining real hard and you're going out in the woods, get 25 bucks together and buy a tree umbrella. Ta-da! See how it's shaped like that? That is so it can go on a tree above your head. And it's freaking awesome. This one's broken. Yep, I broke that one. Probably hunting in a windstorm or something like that. They do break, but snaps together like that. Basically, this goes around the tree above your head, and you can sit in the rain. Does it stand out like a sore thumb? Hell yeah. Does it work? Hell yeah. The water will drip down the trunk of the tree. So I'd recommend you don't sit with your back to the tree, because the water does drip down around this part, because that's where the trunk of the tree is going to be. The water runs down the tree, your back will get wet. But at the end of the day, if you're sitting in a tree stand, I have sat in torrential downpours, in 35-degree weather, miserable, literally for 12 hours, for an entire day, dark to dark. All day sit, put this thing up in a tree, and it keeps most of the rain off of you. If you sit there, kind of curled up a little bit like this, you can watch all around you, see what's going on. You know, this is obviously going to be up higher. If you're bow hunting, of course. Crossbow hunting, you can run it down here. Gun hunting, you can run it down here. That's fine. But this is going to allow you to stay in a stand for longer and kill an actual deer. Because you know what deer do when it rains? Well, they don't go into a hotel. They ain't sleeping. They ain't an underground lair. If it's raining, deer are still doing deer shit. Yes, they might be laying down. If it's the peak of the rut, they're still going to be running around. They don't give a damn whether it's raining or not. Deer are still doing deer stuff. So it's nice to have stuff like that people say, well, you can see that in a tree. Sure, but I'd rather be in a tree with a 50% chance the deer is going to see me than not be in a tree, be sitting on the couch, and have a 100% chance the deer is not going to see me, but also have a 100% chance I'm not going to kill a deer. Anyways, getting ready for the season. Tomorrow's the first day. I will not be out, but I will be out Wednesday. This was just a quick gear dump. I wanted to show everybody what most of my shit is. I haven't gone through, like, I got my bow and my release, and I do have some scent eliminator stuff. I'm going to spray these clothes down, hang them outside, spray anything that's cloth. But just a quick gear dump of what I have currently and what's going on. I'm getting out of the woods here this week. I'm so excited for this season. Gonna kill a buck, a wild turkey. I'm gonna try to kill a black bear, and I'm gonna go kill an elk between December 31st and January 7th here in Pennsylvania. So really excited for that. I hope you guys stick around. This video might have been a little bit boring, but it was cool. I wanted to show you guys a gear drop of everything that I own. And again, everything that I have, I paid for with cash or credit cards. But everything that I have, I paid for myself. I have no sponsors. I have no affiliations. I don't work with a scent company that's like, hey, show people our scent. I have nothing like that. I've reached out to a few places. Nobody's interested. I don't give a shit. I'll spend my money. I buy what I do the research and I feel like I should buy. I buy that stuff. If it works, great. If it doesn't work, that's okay too. But I'm going to tell you that. Yeah, that's basically my setup. That's what I use, and that's what I'm going to be using this year. I have a pair of Vortex Viper binoculars coming, 10x50s. I did order the Vortex, the Razor HDs, not the UHDs. I bought the HDs. I just wasn't impressed. I didn't think they were great. I bought the Viper 12x50s, used those, too high power. They were nice for like spotting deer or looking across the field, but for the most part, I want to see deer moving through the woods when I'm archery hunting. So I sent both those pairs back and ordered the Viper the Viper 10x50s. So 50 millimeter, so a little bit better in low light conditions, although they will be slightly bigger and slightly heavier. A little bit better objective lens, so they will be hopefully better in low light, but 10 power. So I got those coming, and other than that, we ready to go hunting. So let's go.